everyone. So, today I'm going to tell you more about the topic of research that I've taken. Now, I don't have a particular question as such, in place at the moment, but I can definitely tell you about what is the topic in general that I'm speaking about or what I hope to speak more about, right? So, my topic is coolie women. Right, now coolie women. Who are coolie women? So, let me give you a little bit of background history about this. We all know about slavery, right? Slavery, where the white colonizers took the black men from Africa and transported them to over the Atlantic Ocean to work in the islands of Caribbean and Americas. So, around 1800s, 1830s, we can say that the international pressure was building up to stop slavery, right? So, this is the reason why a lot of white men, white colonizers actually, they stopped transporting black men from Africa. They used to kidnap black men from Africa and get it away to Atlantic Ocean. So a lot of men, women had to leave behind their country, their family, everything in the hope, and they did not even know why were they taken there. Right? It was very terrible situation. They used to work under harsh conditions, and yes, it was a very, very dark period in the American history, in the African history, in the global history in general. Now, followed by this, they used to work in sugarcane plantations. A lot of French and English, Dutch, Portuguese had sugarcane farms. They used to supply sugar to the world. The demand for sugar was increasing day by day. Now, with the abolition of slavery, where would the white men get their laborers, right? So, this is when the colonizers of India and China came to their rescue. They decided that they would transport Indian laborers or Indian person, some of Chinese as well, to these islands, to the tropical islands of Indian, Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. They also transported Indian laborers to the Americas as well as to Latin America, like a lot of places in Latin America. Now, these Indian men were called coolies. It was a slang, like how we used to call the black men as Negroes. Similarly, the Indian men were called coolies, Indian men and women. Now, my topic is about coolie women. So let me tell you a little bit about how did they decide that Indians would migrate. So the situation in India was not that great either. Since the 1857, everyone knows the War of Independence of 1857. But even before that, actually, Britishers were in India. They had created horrible conditions for Indians. There were lots of droughts, lots of famines. They forced farmers to grow only cash crops, which led to shortage in food supplies, and food chain was disrupted. A lot of occupations were overnight thrown away because of modernization. So a lot of Indian textile actually took a hit because you had to import cloth from Manchester and use it in India. So yes, Indian textile took hit, and so on and so forth. A lot of Indian small businesses took hit. Now, due to this, people were becoming poorer and poorer, and they were in search of a new life. So for them, this was an opportunity. Now, what was this opportunity? This opportunity was of indentured laborship. There were contracts made by these people that the Indian men and women would work in the farms in this sugarcane farms for about 5 years, and after that they can return back to India, their own mother country, with lots and lots of money. Obviously it was a very lucrative thing, right? So yes, in search of good future and to secure their family, a lot of Indian people migrated. They took their families with them. Yes, more number of men went, and compared to the ratio of men and women was highly unequal. For about 20 men, there were 4 women. They were transported in the same slave boats. So yes, the situation was not that great for them either. But they had to go away from India to make a better life for themselves. Alas, it was a dream that would shatter soon enough. So here, the indentured laborers were forced to work in the similar manner as the slaves. They were paid menial salaries which would just last them for a day. It was a very sorry situation for them because they had to work from day to night. You will definitely find the stories of men, how the men suffered. But what about women? What were their stories? Some of the men were literate, so they could write, read, and journal. But what about the women? We don't know. So, I'm doing my thesis in French literature and language. I would be taking up few French books or francophone books with this as the main topic, where they talk about indentureship in general. They talk about the lives of the people, and I will piece together the story of the women. What were they like? What were their lives like? What hardships did they face? And I will make my thesis out of it. I hope that you would be interested in this topic as much as I am, to discover unknown stories, to find out what their lives were, and let me know what do you think of it. Thank you.